chicken roll. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video which is a continuation of my previous video I published few days back. Had shown few preparations for an iftar party that was planned the next day. So this vlog includes all the recipes for that. Now instead of keeping it as a day vlog, I thought it'll be easy for you all to get the recipes if I show each one in a complete manner and some clips taken here and there. Hope you will like it. Keep watching. So let me tell you the menu first. Cheese samosa, chicken cheese roll, macaroni tuna cake, dahi vada, rice roti, chicken curry in yogurt, rice dumplings with beef, and the others were the warm and cold drinks with fruits. Let's begin. I had once shown how to prepare dahi vada, which is my mom's recipe and not the very authentic one usually prepared. This is our family favorite dish that we ask mom to prepare whenever we join together in our ancestral home. This can be prepared the previous night, and having that in my thought, I had soaked moong dal in water. Being a bit tired, I had to leave it for the next day. So I prepared this the very first in the morning. Kids were having school. Arman wasn't fasting on this day. He wanted noodles to be kept in his tiffin that he reminded me the previous day itself. He has got 2 short breaks, and the second break he tells me it's fruit break. So I keep some fruits in another tiffin that he can have from school. While I was getting his tiffin done, they both were getting ready. Then I moved on to grinding soaked moong dal in a blender. This is 2 cups moong dal. I did the blending in 2 batches. In the first batch, I added 1 teaspoon Asafoetida and 6 to 7 green chillies. Add little water to blend to a smooth paste. The second batch was with the dal and just water. The water quantity is just needed to make it like a dosa batter. Should be semi-thick. Add salt and mix. Time to fry the vadas. Heat oil on medium flame. This is sunflower oil that I have taken. Check if the oil is ready by pouring a drop of the batter. If it soon comes on top, it's ready. Now drop a spoon of the batter into the oil by placing the spoon right above the oil. This takes around 3 to 4 minutes to fry on each side. Do not make it crispy. If you pour the batter from a little height above than how I am doing in this video, the vadas might not come in good shape. That's the reason to pour close to the oil. Prepare all the vadas the same way and keep aside. The other ingredients you will need are enough curry leaves and green chillies. Wash and keep aside. Chop the green chillies. Here I have used around 13 green chillies, and these are not spicy ones. You can take more or less according to your spicy level. Chop a handful of curry leaves as well. I'll be using the same oil for tempering, but I don't need this much amount. So keeping some aside, and I will use the same oil for cooking the rest of the dishes. Now this is 4 to 5 tablespoons of oil. Splutter a tablespoon of mustard seeds. Then goes in 2 tablespoons urad dal. Make sure the flame is low-medium. When the urad dal turns light brown, add the chopped green chillies and curry leaves. Fry them for some time and leave that aside to cool down. Now you'll need lukewarm water in a bowl. The water should be just hot enough to dip your finger. Add a batch of vadas in the water and press each one with your palms to remove the oil and water from it. And keep those vadas in a bowl or a tray you'll be using to set the dahi vada. Now do not use the same water for the whole vadas. Put 2 batches at a time and change the water. Everything's set. Now for the dahi, the vadas should be soaking in. Add enough curd into a blender and blend till it becomes a loose consistency. To add a bit of sourness, I added Laban, but this is completely optional. You need a thin texture of the curd, so add some more water. To the curd, add the fried green chillies and curry leaves. Some salt. There's salt in the vada, so add accordingly. Pour the curd mix over the vadas. I have some left. We'll keep that aside for later use if needed. Basically, the vadas need to be soaked in the curd, so do add enough curd to this. Sprinkle some roasted cumin powder, some Kashmiri red chilli powder, chopped coriander leaves. Keep it refrigerated until it's time to serve. I'll keep that remaining curd in a mug and we'll place this too in the refrigerator. Next is the cheese samosa, which is the easiest one but very tasty. This again was planned to make the night before but had to drop the plan for the next day. Here I have taken salted cheese we get in triangles. All you need to do is take a small amount of cheese and fill in the samosa sheet. One triangle will go for 3 samosas. You can even add feta cheese if you want. If you're using feta cheese, you can mix in some red chili flakes, some chopped coriander leaves and such. If it was any spicy filling, I would have folded in a different way and I have done a video on that. This is very slightly different and easy. And that's complete. All you need to do is deep fry in hot oil just before iftar. Next comes the chicken cheese roll, very commonly prepared, so I have given slight changes to the filling. Firstly, cooking some chicken pieces. Here I have taken almost half a kilo. Cooked in a pressure cooker with some black pepper powder, salt, turmeric powder and some water. Cook for 2 whistles. Heat some oil and I have used the same oil I had taken for frying the vadas. Crush half a teaspoon of black pepper into the hot oil. After a few seconds, saute 2 medium-sized onions that's chopped. Let that cook well. Meantime, I'm chopping chicken franks into very tiny pieces. Now this is optional. If you don't have this, you can make it with just the cooked chicken and it becomes a normal chicken roll. Here I've given an addition with the franks. I took 5 chicken franks for this recipe. Don't forget to give a mix to the onion that's getting sauteed. Add this into the onion and mix well. Add some salt and red chili flakes. The cooker has released all the pressure. Take the chicken pieces from it. In here goes in half teaspoon cumin powder, half teaspoon paprika, half teaspoon dry basil, 1 teaspoon dry parsley, half teaspoon dry mint, quarter teaspoon dry oregano. Now these ingredients are optional, all are for flavors and you may skip if you don't have any. I have these in stock in my pantry all time. Then goes in chopped coriander leaves and mix. Roast everything for a minute on low flame. Meantime, I shredded the chicken with my hands by removing the bones. Add the chicken and mix well. Leave that aside or spread it on a plate to cool down. Now for the chicken roll, you need bread. I have used white bread. You can use brown if you want. Trim the edges. I use this for preparing breadcrumbs. Into a bowl, add 2 tablespoons cheese. You can also use feta cheese if you want. Add the chicken mixture into this. Mix well. Take some milk into a bowl. Break eggs in a plate or a bowl, whichever is easy for you to dip. Dip a slice of bread in the milk and immediately press the bread hard to remove the excess milk from it. This is to soften the bread. You don't have to dip for more than a second. Put a spoon of the filling and roll. As the bread is wet, it will stick at the ends. Dip in the egg first and roll in the breadcrumbs. Complete each the same way. Now I have some breadcrumbs remaining. Didn't want to throw it. I have used it in the next recipe, so keep watching. Deep fry the chicken roll in hot oil on medium flame. You remember this is a stock that was left over after cooking the chicken for the chicken roll. I'm using this stock and a little more water with some salt to cook the macaroni. It's for the tuna cake. You can use any shape pasta or the macaroni. I had this in my pantry. I used 2 cups and a little more. Added that to the boiling stock. Just a mix. Cook for 2 whistles on high flame. To prepare the tuna masala, heat some oil in a pan. Fry a few curry leaves first. Then goes in 1 teaspoon garlic paste, 1 teaspoon ginger paste. Saute till the raw smell goes. Then goes in 1 large onion sliced or chopped into small pieces. Saute till it goes soft and translucent. Adding a teaspoon of green chilli paste. The ginger garlic paste was prepared a day ahead. If you had watched my previous video, you will know by now. After sauteing for a minute, add 1 tablespoon tomato paste. If you don't have this, you may add 1 medium-sized tomato that's chopped into small pieces, removing the seeds from it. Mix well. Now add tuna chunks into this. Here I took 3 small cans. It's almost 1 cup. Then goes a teaspoon of soy sauce, some salt, half teaspoon crushed black pepper, half teaspoon garam masala powder. That's a handful of chopped coriander leaves. Mix and that's done. The macaroni is cooked well and there's no water to drain. If there's any water, do drain it. Add the tuna mix into this, then goes in the leftover breadcrumbs. This comes almost half to 3/4 cup. Mix everything really well. Now if you don't like tuna, you can also substitute to chicken or any meat. Then you will need eggs. Here I've taken 6. Beat well. I forgot to switch on my camera. I poured the egg mix into this and mix all together. Now turn on the flame to low, heat some oil. Pour the mixture into the pan, preferably non-stick. Level it. Now cover and cook on very low flame for 5 to 7 minutes. You may place a tawa below so that it doesn't burn. Then when you see the sides are coming off the pan together, it's time to flip. Be very careful, and this happens sometimes. Flip onto a plate and then place the other side to cook. Cover and cook for another 3 to 4 minutes. To stay warm, I covered in an aluminium foil. Do slices before serving. This is how it looks on the inside. Next is the warm semolina drink that you might already know about it, and I have shown many times. I'm not repeating here again in detail, but just a quick briefing. Think of the total amount of glasses you will need and take half cup water and half cup milk. For each glass, you will need 1 tablespoon semolina and maybe 1 tablespoon of sugar on an average. You can increase sugar as per your taste. You will also have to add some salt for a balance, and that shouldn't be more than half teaspoon for large quantity of the drink, or else a pinch is enough. Once the semolina is cooked, it's done. Temper with fried shallots, cashews and raisins. Next is another traditional sweet drink. We call it Pal Vazhakka. Pal means milk and Vazhakka means plantain, and we take ripe plantain here. For this you need sabudana or the tapioca pearls. Here I took 2 cups. Wash and drain. For every 1 cup sabudana, you will need at least 3 cups of water. So I have taken 6 cups totally. But you will have to add later if you want to loosen it. So make sure you have hot water ready in the kettle or jug. Here I've used 4 medium-sized ripe plantain. Slice each plantain to 4 and then chop. Do not chop too thin. To get that bite, make medium-sized chunks. When the water boils, add the drained sabudana into it and keep stirring, or else it will stick at the bottom. You know the sabudana is ready when the white color of each pearl disappears to transparent. Now parallelly cook the plantain. Sugar can be added accordingly. I use 2 cups water for this and cook the plantain to soft. When the plantain is done, along with the sugar syrup, add it into the sabudana. Mix well. Time to add thick coconut milk. Here I have used tin coconut cream to get it thick. If you are using natural coconut milk, make sure it doesn't boil as it will curdle. Adding some salt to balance. Temper this by frying some cashews and raisins in ghee. Now this will get thick as it sits. Before serving, loosen the texture by adding hot water or hot milk and adjust the sugar accordingly. For a flavor, you can add cardamom powder. My family doesn't like the flavor, so I skipped it, and it tastes good even without. And that's done. Now that's all to serve at the time of Iftar. Moving on to the dinner part, beginning with the rice dumplings in beef curry. I have already shown the same with chicken in my first vlog of this Ramadan. You may check that out. You can make the same with mutton. To cook the beef, I added 2 kg beef that's cut in small pieces into a pressure cooker. Adding 1 tablespoon garlic paste, 1 tablespoon ginger paste, 1 tablespoon green chilli paste, half teaspoon turmeric powder, half tablespoon red chilli powder, around 1.5 tablespoon coriander powder, quarter tablespoon garam masala powder, 3 to 4 tablespoon coconut oil, few curry leaves, 1 teaspoon black pepper powder and salt. Mix and squeeze well. Cover the cooker, lock the pressure and cook on high flame till the first whistle. Then reduce the flame to low and cook for another 20 minutes. Once the pressure is all released on its own, the meat is cooked well. Time to cook the rice dumplings, for which you need roasted rice flour. Here I took 3 cups flour, so I used 3.5 cups water. Luckily, I could place a steamer on this pot because I already had made the semolina drink in the other pot. Add salt to the water, and once it boils, add the rice flour into it. Mix well and reduce the flame to low. After a minute, turn off the flame. Make a ground paste of 1.5 cup grated coconut, then enough shallots. Here I used around 15 shallots. Then goes 1 tablespoon cumin seeds and 1 tablespoon fennel seeds. Now knead the dough and the ground mix together. Add this to a big tray and roughly knead, dipping your hand in filtered water. Roll small bit size and press with your thumb for the shape. Meanwhile, I had placed water for boiling so that by the time I finish the dumplings, the water starts boiling and I can place a steamer on top. This takes around 10 minutes on medium flame. Over to the other side to make the beef curry. Heat a bigger pot, big enough to make the curry, and mix the dumplings in. Heat coconut oil and saute 3 medium-sized onions that's sliced. Add few curry leaves. Once it goes soft, add 3 medium tomatoes. Mix well. Cover to cook well. Dumplings are ready. It needs to cool down a bit before adding, so keep that aside. The tomatoes have gone soft. Time to add the beef curry. All the spices are in here already, so not adding any more. Last time for the chicken gravy, I added roasted coconut paste. Here I am using coconut milk. If you are using natural one, do not boil, it will curdle. Here I had used coconut powder mixed with some water. Add salt and some chopped coriander leaves. Then goes in the rice dumplings. Mix gently. This will get thick as it sits. And that's done. Moving on to the next, that's chicken curry in yogurt. For that, heat some coconut oil in a cooking pot. Fry some curry leaves to flavor the oil. Then goes in a tablespoon of garlic paste and a tablespoon of ginger paste. Saute till the raw smell go. Add 3 small to medium sized onion. Some salt. The onion is really soft and translucent. Now time to add chicken pieces. This is 2 kilo chicken pieces. Let the color change to pale. Prepare a blend of a handful of coriander leaves, 3 medium tomatoes and 1.5 cup curd. Blend and keep aside. To the chicken goes in 2 teaspoon red chilli powder, half teaspoon turmeric powder, 2 teaspoon coriander powder, half teaspoon garam masala powder. Mix everything really well. Let the raw smell of these spices leave. Add salt. Finally goes in the blended mix of coriander leaves, tomato and yogurt. Add more warm water until a semi-thick consistency. Now if you don't want to use yogurt, you can add cashews to the blender along with the coriander leaves and tomato. Let that boil for a minute or two. Now turn off the flame and the chicken curry is done. Then comes the rice rotis, which I've shown multiple number of times. Here again a quick briefing. The dough preparation is just the same as of the rice dumplings, except that there's no adding the ground coconut mix while kneading. My husband cooks the rice rotis perfectly. It was a weekday and he could help me after office time. He also prepared the lemonade with ruh afza, and I couldn't shoot that well as it was getting really late. I cut the fruits and arranged it in a bigger tray. You might have seen him in my previous vlogs. He is Jawad, our brother-in-law, my husband's cousin's husband. His family is back from India a day back. Maybe I can show her and kids in some other vlog soon. And thus everything arranged for iftar. It wasn't easy to accommodate everyone around the table, so it was like a buffet. This happens most of the time. I forgot to keep the macaroni snack. I had served it for dinner later. On my Instagram recently, I posted a story on this. After pouring hot tea into these ceramic cups, the tea started popping and many of you gave me the answer why that's happening, and it's because it's ceramic cup. I had even gold on this. Anyways, that's all for today's iftar vlog and I hope you all liked it. If so, do give a thumbs up so that I know. Do try the recipes and I would love to hear your feedback. See you with another video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.